Hello, I'm Teresa at Travel by Books, and welcome to this review of my Delike fountain pens. I only have 3 pens, as this is a brand that you don't often hear about anymore, but these pens are still available primarily through AliExpress. The first pen is a Delike 8 Horses. It was a gift, and it was presented to me as a Delike pen, even though it has no branding on it. Jen Howe has been known to use the dragon clip, and I have seen the name Hero associated with this pen design, but it was given to me as a Delike pen by the person who purchased it, and so I will consider it as such. The pen is quite heavy with this brass barrel that has a bas relief design of running horses, interspersed with some Chinese characters. There is a black cap and a black end finial, which nicely balances the look of the pen. Then there is the gold tone dragon clip, which is stiff but usable. The cap finial is a dome with an inset plain gold round metal circle. The cap slips off, and the cap is weighty enough that I believe that it is a lacquer-coated brass. Now here's where things get interesting. I said that the pen didn't have any branding, but what we do have is a duotone number 5 steel nib that is inscribed with the words genius and iridium. When I searched online for the genius name, most sources say that it is or was a Taiwanese company that advertised their nibs as being of German make. And there is a lot of speculation concerning the Genius brand, but no satisfactory answers. So is this a Genius pen or a Delike pen that is fitted with a Genius nib? The Genius Dragon clip pens listed on Etsy are quite pricey and are listed as vintage. The pen has a black, slightly textured grip section that feels like plastic and is equipped with an unbranded converter. The pen is a comfortable grip in hand, and the cap posts very securely. And you can tell by looking at the cap finial that the pen was designed to be able to post the cap. I've inked the pen with diamine bilberry, which has gold sheening. This is the first time that I have written with the Diamine Bilberry. It's a beautiful ink, and it seems to help the pen write very smoothly. Although the nib on this Delike 8 Horses pen has always written smoothly, regardless of what ink I've had in it. It's a beautiful, beautiful ink. As for reverse writing, this pen is quite good at it. And puts down a line that I would compare to an extra fine. This is fairly impressive as far as reverse writing is concerned. The next pen is the Delike New Moon 2 in the rose resin, and I think it is a very attractive resin. It's a cracked ice type of resin which alternates dark rose-colored resin with the chips of the lighter chatoyant resin. It's a very attractive pen. The resin is very highly polished. The pen has a nice feel, although it is a smaller pen. The silver cap is springy. And there is a beveled cap band with the words Delike and New Moon. And then the barrel gradually tapers down to the resin finial with a silver accent ring. The cap comes off in 3 turns. And we have a silver, very small nib that has the words Delike, Super Quality, and an EF for extra fine, and a resin grip that is nicely accented by silver accent rings. I find the grip section to be very comfortable. This pen also comes equipped with an unbranded converter. The cap posts well, deeply and securely, and this is how I use the pen. This is a small pen, so posting the cap doesn't significantly significantly alter the weight or balance of the pen. For today's writing sample, the pen will be inked with Diamine Raspberry Rose. I thought that a pen that had a rose resin should be inked with a rose ink. Now this Delike New Moon 2 pen, with its extra fine nib, when I first got it, the tines were misaligned. And because I didn't pay a lot of money for the pen, I didn't want to consider taking it to a nib smith. So I watched a video on YouTube on how to align the tines, and I worked on it myself. Now it is not perfect, but I'm kind of tickled with myself for taking a pen that felt like that it would tear up the paper when making lines from left to right. And I've turned it into a nearly unusable pen into one that I enjoy using it. It always made downward strokes smoothly and upward strokes smoothly, and right to left strokes, it was the left to right strokes that were the problem. And I'm going to order some micro mesh and some mylar sheets and things and try to continue to smooth the pen out. But as it stands right now, it's much improved from what it was, and I'm pretty happy with it. And I have wondered if the pen would write even better if I tried a more lubricated, high-flow ink in it. But I have not done that so far because the Raspberry Rose is a perfect color match for this pen, and I do like to match my inks to the resin of my pens. And the final pen is a Delike Convertible Pen. I say that it is a convertible pen because it comes with a glass tip so that you can unscrew the steel nib and use the glass tip so that you can convert this pen into a glass dip pen. Now, ironically enough, this pen came in a Moonman box. So that just adds to the confusion that we all have about who actually makes these Chinese pens. The resin color is known as Autumn. The cap unscrews and attaches to the rear of the cap by threading on. so that the pen converts from being a pocket pen to being a full-sized pen. The small nib has the designation Delike Super Quality and also has the EF for extra fine. The nib looks exactly like the nib that is on the New Moon 2 pen. And this pen will be inked today with Wearingle Secret Garden. Secret Garden is a glorious ink. Look at all that golden shimmer. And it also shows up in the writing. But it is an ink that I have had a hard time finding a pen that it will write well in and also show the shimmer. And this Delike pen is one of the few pens that I have that writes well with this ink. This little nib writes very, very smoothly. It kind of surprises me. And it also handles this shimmer in this ink very well. This Wearingle Secret Garden is an ink that I've had a really hard time finding a pen that can handle it. In most of my pens, it seems too dry. But this little pen just handles it just fine and shows off the shimmer very well. There's no reverse writing, of course, with this little pen. I mean, this is an extra fine nib, so you wouldn't expect for that to happen. So that is my review of my Delike fountain pens. I hesitated to do it as these are pens that aren't really talked about anymore, but consider it a throwback video, a blast from the past, whatever works for you. Thanks for watching.